All right, folks, here's the deal. About a month and a half ago, a company called Spider Grills reached out to me and they said, "Hey, Grumpy, we love your videos. Would you like to try out our new grill called the Huntsman?" I said, "Well, heck yeah, I would love to." Well, they sent me one free of charge and had no requirements for me. Didn't say I needed to make so many videos or do a review on their Facebook page or their website. None of that stuff. They just said, "Hey, Grump, here it is, man. Try it out, see what you think." That's pretty cool. Pretty fair assumption. They knew I'd like it so much that I'd want to do videos for it, and that's exactly what happened, guys. I absolutely love this grill. It is fantastic. So I want to give you my top 5 reasons why I think you should own one of these. And I also told them, look, I'll make videos for you, but I want to give my viewers a discount. Can you do that for me? They said, absolutely. So hang in there, watch these top 5 reasons first. At the end of the video, I'll go over pricing and all that stuff and give you my promo code to get a pretty nice discount. Let's go. All right, folks, we're gonna start with number 5 and work our way down to number 1. Now, there's no real order here except for number 1, which is my favorite reason, but 2 through 5 can really be arranged in any order you'd like. But for me, number 5 is what I call concept and functionality. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, Spider Grills calls this grill a kettle Kamado style grill. They take part of the kettle style, maybe like a Weber kettle, something like that, and a Kamado style, which is like a Big Green Egg or a Kamado Joe or Acorn, that type of grill, combine some features and benefits from both, and out comes the Huntsman grill. So, for example, from the Weber kettle style grill, you get the one-touch system where you sweep out the bottom. I'll show you that in a minute. You have that on here as well as the Weber kettle. You have some versatility with this that you'll also get with Weber kettle. And then on the Kamado side, you get some heaviness and some durability, which we'll go into more detail in future reasons, but that's kind of the style you'll get with this, is that heaviness and the durability of it that you're gonna get with a Kamado style. That's why this has the look that it has the features that it has, is because they're combining the kettle and the Kamado together to form the Huntsman. But there's also some functionality purposes, and I want to show you that right now too, with the front door feature. All right, guys, when I say the front door of this, and this is what I'm talking about, it's got an actual door on the front of the grill that allows you to open it and access the grill from underneath the cooking grate. So you can scrape out charcoal or add more charcoal or put a cooking pizza grate in there and cook a pizza in here. This has got some serious function here with this front door that you don't find on either kettle nor Kamado. Really cool. The one thing they didn't do is make this door very accessible with a camera, but I'll do what I can to show you the inside from this angle. All right, guys, here we go. We're gonna go inside the door here. There's the cooking grates up there, the spiderweb grates you can see. And there's a charcoal grate, and you're able to scrape charcoal out of there, add more charcoal, add wood, whatever you're doing, you can, have access to the actual heat source mid-cook, which is really, really cool, really easy. And down below, I don't know if you can see it or not, I will try to show you the cleaning system. It's much like that on a Weber kettle. It's got those paddles that you can swipe back and forth to clean the ashes out of the bottom, which makes it really handy, very easy to use too. It's a really cool feature of this grill, guys, that's not gonna be found on the kettle or the Kamado. All right, folks, let's measure the distance from the cooking grate down to the charcoal grate on the Weber kettle. Weber kettle, we have about 5.5 inches from the cooking grate down to the charcoal grate. It's about 7.5 inches, a little over 7 inches between the cooking grate and charcoal grate on the Spider Grills Huntsman. So about 2 inches difference between the Huntsman and the Weber kettle. Now, why does that matter? Well, there's a lot of reasons, and I'll go into more of those reasons when we talk about versatility here in a few minutes, but also function. It will do a lot more things with that 2 more inches. You get more charcoal, you get more heat, maintain your heat longer and better with that 2-inch difference. There's a lot of different reasons, plus devices and accessories that'll play a big role in too. We'll get into that more in just a couple minutes though. All right, guys, reason number 4 is a very quick and easy, speaks for itself kind of reason, and that is durability, guys. This thing is an absolute tank. It is 5 millimeters thick, actually about almost 1/4 of an inch thick, carbon steel walls. 150 pounds. Every component on this thing is so well built. It rolls like it's on glass. The casters are so well built. The hinge is well built. Everything's just really done right, guys. I love this thing. You've heard people have concerns or questioning whether or not charcoal will burn through the wall of a Weber kettle. Not gonna happen here. You can burn as much charcoal against that wall as you want to. You're not gonna burn through it. Your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids will have this thing. I promise this thing's gonna last a long, long time. You take care of it, it'll take care of you. All right, folks, for me, number 3 is versatility. Now, you've heard me preach long and hard about Weber kettle and how versatile the Weber kettle is, and that's true. I think it's what makes it so wildly popular. I love my Weber kettles. I'll continue to use them forever and ever. But the Spider Grills Huntsman is just another level of grill, right? And you can use those same devices on the Spider Grills Huntsman. You can use your Vortex or your Slow and Sear or the baskets. You might not need to use them because the way this is made, but you definitely could. On top of that, they've got a couple devices right now, a rotisserie, as well as what they call their next level grate, which makes this whole thing more versatile within the cooking chamber. Now, I talked to the folks at Spider Grills recently, and they've told me there's many more devices, accessories, modifications coming for this thing that makes it even that much more versatile. So I'm looking forward to finding out what those are. They won't tell me what they are, of course, but when they come, I'm excited to show them to you. I think this thing's gonna be very versatile overall. I'm gonna love using this thing, and I think you would too. All right, you all, the number 2 reason to buy a Spider Grills Huntsman, heat retention. Now, for you folks that have never used charcoal before, never fear. Reason number 1, makes this whole process easy and doable for everybody out there, which is why I think this grill is so great. Now go ahead and listen here because I want you to hear how charcoal works inside the Spider Grills Huntsman. Now we're talking about 2 different things, smoking versus grilling. Now when you're smoking something, usually you're smoking at 225 or 250 or 300 degrees, depending on the meat. That temperature is not very hard to attain. What's harder to do is to maintain that temperature 12 or 14 hours. Well, with the Spider Grills Huntsman, and then reason number 1 we're gonna go over in a minute, that process becomes a lot easier. Now let's talk about grilling. Now there's a lot more spatial volume inside the grill here, more air space, and getting to a temperature of 500 degrees or 400 degrees is tougher than you're used to on a normal charcoal grill. So you're gonna have to use more charcoal at the beginning. Instead of using 1 chimney, use 2 chimneys maybe. Whatever you gotta do to get to temperature, it'll take more charcoal, no doubt. However, when you get to that temperature, it'll maintain that temperature for your entire grilling session, unless you're doing a 7-hour grill, you know what I mean, a normal grilling session. And then when you close the lid down after you're finished, it seals everything off so well, your charcoal goes out and you retain a ton of charcoal for your next grill. You can use that same charcoal that's left over again. Nothing says you can't do that, of course. You want to do that, obviously. So you save a lot. So with these processes, you're looking at attaining temperature, maintaining temperature, and retaining charcoal. Smoking is easier to attain, harder to maintain, with great retaining of charcoal. And with grilling, it's harder to attain, easier to maintain, and also retaining a bunch of charcoal. There you go. Now, let's look at reason number 1, which brings this whole thing home. All right, folks, here's the number 1 reason why you should buy a Spider Grills Huntsman Grill. It's this device right here called the Spider Grills Venom. Now, what this device does, it turns your grill into a set it and forget it piece of equipment, much like a pellet grill, in that you can set it up to 700 degrees, push play, and walk away. With this one, it's Wi-Fi enabled, so you can actually change the temperature or turn it off and on, whatever you want to do from your son's baseball game or Sunday morning at church, wherever you may be. As long as you have Wi-Fi, you can actually control the device from wherever you are. Now, typically when you have a convenience like this, you have to make a sacrifice somewhere else. Well, much like the pellet grill, for example. Like, you've got the set it and forget it technology for a pellet grill, but you don't have the flavor you're going to get from something like this with charcoal and wood. So this device actually enhances that convenience as opposed to sacrificing anything. You still get your set it and forget it technology, but you also get your flavoring through your charcoal and your wood. It's a game-changing device, guys. Now I'll put a link to a video in the upper right corner of your screen that shows you exactly how it works. You can buy one of these actually separate for your Weber kettle if you'd like, but here with the Huntsman it comes standard. So guys, there are my 5 reasons why I think you should buy a Spider Grills Huntsman. All right, folks, let's talk pricing. Now, the retail price of the Spider Grills Huntsman is $899. When you compare that to an average price of a kettle style grill, let's say $250 on average, or the average price of a Kamado style grill at $1,200, this becomes a very good value. But add to that the set it and forget it technology of the Spider Grills Venom that the other 2 don't even have. Makes this a pretty hard value to beat, guys. On top of that, when you use my promo code of Grumpy at checkout, you're gonna save 10% on your order of in-stock products. So when you order this grill, be sure and use the promo code Grumpy and save 10%. Guys, I love this grill. I can't say enough about it. I think if you're in the market for a grill or you want something like this, you cannot beat this. Anybody can use this thing. If you've never used charcoal, if you've been an electric gas grill your entire time, guys, you would love this thing. I promise you that it does a great job. So guys, I hope you got some value out of today's video. Hope it helped you learn more about the Spider Grills Huntsman. Until next time, guys, I'll meet you at the smoker.